We got a big project for this video, all right? Big baller welding project for the Civic. I'm gonna be modifying my rear trailing arms, because if you go low, you have very little adjustment for the trailing arms. And since I already have stuff modified, like my short and rear lower control arms, it's all out of whack. I dug myself in a hole. You gotta keep digging, so we're gonna figure it out. Also, do not do this. It's a lot of work. It might not work too. This thing could fall on me first test drive, so I'm willing to take that sacrifice for greatness. So I don't know. I'll rip these arms out and I'll have them on the bench to cut. So let's hope this works. All right, before you start taking stuff off, grab yourself one of these digital angle gauge. Right now, my driveway it's kind of sloped downwards, so it's 1.9 on there. But let's say this was all stock, all OEM, I didn't touch it or cut it. You wanna find the angle. So right now it is 22.1. Remember that, write it down, take a picture. So when you cut the arm and you weld this plate and you make the bracket, you're gonna want to bolt the heim joint with this little sleeve on it, and with these two being not welded together yet, you want to find the 22.1 at that angle and tack it in place, so you don't mess with the angle of the geometry for the trailing arms. That's just a little tip. That's I forgot to record it when I did mine, but yeah, so yours will probably not be 22.1. That's just, I got the Civic jacked up right now. But yeah, do that. And also, if you having like a toe out issue or toe in issue like I was having, you could, with this piece, you could push it forward closer to this side or push it back. So whatever issue you're having, you can move it either way to help. So yeah, in my situation, I put this a little bit closer to the front end to pull the trailing arm in more, because I was hitting this little tunnel on this end right here and I could not go past it. So that's why I was getting stuck with toe out issue, because I shortened my rear lower control arms. But that's my fault. That's just a little tip to help you guys out and figure out for your situation. Got it marked out right here from this point to right here. It's 3/4 of an inch. I thought I did an inch, but I guess not. So 3/4 from this hole. This is for the e-brake cable. So now I just gotta cut it. Alright, I have this piece of 2x3 1/8 inch, I'm sure, 1/8 inch thickness. I cut one square piece off right here, just straight here and straight here. This side for this side, and the other side for right here. You can see that. Measurement is around 4.5, just under 4.5 inches. So, but it's gonna get flap disc all the way around, make it smooth and stuff like that. Just got it tacked up, all cleaned out. I think I have enough gas to at least weld that piece.
Now
pretty good. Got this thing hot. So, has a little bit of sand here. And this sand will allow it to cool down slow. Alright, now it's time for the measurements for the alignment bolt bracket part. So this is the spacer 2 3/4, and I beveled all the sides around it. Also, this is 5.5 inches from here to here. See, 5.5. And for this part, I measured the back end because this is going to be the straightest and true part. So when I weld it on, it's going to be like this. So the top does not matter. I mean, kind of does not matter. Just as long as this is all flat, everything will line up. I hope, but you can only do so much, you know? So for this bottom hole to go up in the car, it is, where is it at? This hole right here would be 7/8 in the middle on this side, and the other side will be 1 3/8. Just measure it out on here, the 7/8, and make a line. And on the other side, measure out 1 3/8 and make another line. And once they cross, that cross will be the point of center. So throw a little punch in there, drill it out, boom. That's the center of the hole. So that is on both ends. They both line up. And on this side, same process right here. It is from the back end, remember. 4 3/4 and 3/4 of a quarter. Also, this still needs to get modified a little bit. This needs to get cut out and pushed out like this. This said I did mess up on, so I'm not going to use it. So that's why I'm redoing all of it. So, yes. Do a little cut. Just to like, I don't know. This does not hit your wheel, by the way, so. Unless you have a fat tire setup, this won't hit your wheel. But from here to here, around 3 1/4. You can see that right there. Around 3 1/4. It is 3/4. This little piece right here is 3/4. And this is 1.5 inches right here. 1.5. And the spacing from here to here is 1/2 inch. So it gives you that much more space for toe in. So you can see it has this little collar right here. Cut that off and cut 1/2 inch off on this side. So you can see the remnants right here. Right here too. I also cut this 3/4 inch width. I think it is 1 1/4. That's gonna add for another sleeve. So this piece is gonna get welded to the trailing arm, and I'm also gonna weld on the inside right here. So as this right here welded to this, and this is gonna be welded, and that's gonna be welded. So a little bit more security on welding for this thing. And with it bottomed out, you can see even if it's maxed out, it can still be able to be used. But I doubt it. I won't let it max out. I did a little bit of mining off camera. Check this out. This is the passenger side already done. So not too shabby welds. I promise you, it will hold. Also, this heim joint for the alignment in, out, toe in and toe out. and also for any miscalculations or measurements for how the distance from the wheel. So if it's pushed back, I could bring it in more. If it's too forward, I could bring it in more, bring it out more. So that was just a little buffer just to save me, you know. These also, this heim joint is a 3/4 to a 5/8, and it comes with these little misalignment parts. I shaved them down so I could get more alignment space, but since we're not using that no more, going big baller status, going 3/4 inch bolts. I don't think the alignment, those spacers are really needed. It's not crazy amount of tilt in the rear end, and plus it's not really moving, just going up and down, so I don't think it'll be an issue. So, but time will tell. Gonna weld here so the bolt doesn't back out. Gonna weld the nut to the bracket, and I'm gonna cut this off and weld the bolt to the nut, so nothing's backing out. It's better not back out. So it's my welder, 165 for the wire speed, and 17 volts for this. So let's get ready to tack it in. Need a spot for ground too. So this piece right here, this is a 2-inch angle iron, and it is 3/16 thickness. And also this 2x3 square tubing or rectangle tubing is 1/8 inch thickness. Dang, it's really hard to see. Yeah, this is an 1/8 inch thickness. What else? Before I forget, this little gusset right here is also the same material from here. It is. Oh. Also, this is the driver's side. So this follows the little body line on the inside. So when you make the other side, make sure it's flipped. So you don't waste materials on it, because that would suck. This follows the body line, and this does not. So make sure you flip it. This little curvature will be on this side, and the straight part will be on this side for the passenger side. So since this has that little bend in it, I did this. How I got the measurements. I got a little straight edge, and so that's on there good. Measuring tape, measure out 4 3/4, do a little line there, then get this one out and square it out on the line and do 3/4. So that's how I got both holes pretty lined up. I know the welds are still kind of protruding out. I didn't flap disc them or anything like that, but that's pretty straight if you ask me. So yeah, that's how I got this measurement for this little part. So I just forgot to explain it earlier. This was all completely solid. This wasn't there before. And when I tried to mock everything up and put the e-brake cable in, nothing was fitting. So I took a flap disc. I took a cutoff wheel, cut here, like this, boom, like that, just a little bit, just a little chunk, just for my little drill bit to go in there all the way. I went 3/4 This is how big it is right there, all the way to the bottom. 3/4 out. I made this little part that swings out. And since I took all of the support away from this side, decided to add this so it won't compress or do anything funky like that. Also made a little cutout for this little big part of the e-brake cable so that could fit in there too. Yeah, these things are looking pretty cool. See, I still got some space for alignment, adjustability, and this is how it looks from down under. With the e-brake cable cut out. The e-brake cable is like floating, you know, it's like not binding or anything like that, so that's cool. But now I just need to bleed the brakes and she's all done. Besides doing a little alignment. But I'll probably just record that for Instagram or TikTok and post it on there. If you want, follow me on there. It's EG8Marv on Instagram and TikTok. So, because I don't want this video to be too crazy long, you know? Since I got rid of the bushings, they ride stiff. If you have a Civic and that's your concern about, like, it's not riding on washers. I still have my springs there, but it's not gonna ride like a bag Mercedes-Benz, you know? It's gonna ride like a stiff goat cart. That's just the best way to put it, you know? I don't mind it, you know? It's a lowered car. I want it stiff. If I don't drive fast with this car, I do not go around corners fast, none of that. I go 40 and below, cruise, go to McDonald's, come back. That's all I do in this car. Hopefully you guys like this video. Please like and subscribe. I did put a good amount of work into these arms and the video and stuff like that. So if you do make them, let me know. Hit me up on Instagram or in the YouTube comments. Let me know what you think. If it was cheeks, let me know. But just letting you know, I personally enjoy these arms. These are cool and they work for the issue I was having. I was getting a toe out issue. Now I'm not having that issue. I could adjust it on toe in and toe out. So I think they're a little toe in now. And I did not have the issue before. So with them just being a little bit toed in and I still have room for adjustability, money. So that's basically it. Please like and subscribe for some more Civic content. Bye.